This video is for anyone whom God has given an idea to and is yet to execute it. So this just dropped in my spirit some minutes ago. I wanted to make this video even after doing what I was about doing, but I kept feeling the urge to do this, and I had to stop cooking just to come make this. So please listen to this. It might be for you. Right. So, has God given you an idea to do something and you are yet to carry it out? This is just an encouragement video to and just something to stir you up to do it, right? So, God gives us ideas, and such ideas comes for a purpose, right? There are many challenges out there in the world, and God might give you an idea on the solutions to those challenges, but then you just get the idea and then you don't even take it seriously. And then there are times that we even ask him for ideas, right? And he answers and gives us those ideas, but then we are not even serious about it. Some of us don't even write it down, we don't even pray about it, and we don't even ask for guidance on how to go about it. Although this is specifically for those whom an idea has been given to by God, and then you're supposed to carry it out immediately but have not done it. Please try your best to do what God has put in your heart, what God has laid in your heart to do. Now is the time. Please do not procrastinate, right? Do not procrastinate. You can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. So now that aside, now let's talk about ideas, right? When you receive an idea, the first thing for you to do is write it down, then pray about it and ask God for the timing. Should the execution be now or should the execution be later? Let me know the right timing for this, right? There are some ideas that comes that you need to carry it out immediately, and there are some that you need to do it later. Um, in my first video, if I can remember that, if you watched it, I spoke about wanting to start a YouTube channel long ago, let's say about 4 or 5 years ago, before I actually started it. I was saying it was due to procrastination, but right now I know that it wasn't actually due to procrastination. Like, I'm so grateful to God for helping me. Like, I'm so grateful to God for not even starting at that time that I thought was the time to start. That idea came, but that was not the proper time to execute it. Those years, those 5 years or so, where years like I went processes. It was a time that I learned more about God. It was a time that I had more intimacy with God. I had more fellowship. I built my relationship with God. Right. It was a time that I had certain knowledge about God. Right. It was a time of pruning for me and all that. It was just a time of building for me before the execution, right? So I'm saying this because, as I said, you need to understand the timing of executing those ideas. I feel if I had started this at that time, that's 5 years ago, it's this channel would have just been about me. It will not be about God. It will just be about me creating content to bring traffic, and all that, to fetch me money. My primary aim will just be about me, myself, and I, about getting money, about all that. But like, I want to thank God for helping me to understand. In fact, I didn't even know that I understood it at that time, but now I know. Like, that's what I'm saying. Thank God for helping me to understand, not to start it at that time. So you need to even ask God to help you to know the right timing for execution, right? There are some of us that want to venture into business, and it's a thing of now, but then you're looking at so many factors, like, I don't have capital, and all that. The God that gave you the idea for that particular business is going to provide the capital for it. You must not start with something really big. You can start with something little. I remember starting my business. I think my first order, I'm into jewelry business. It's not I wanted to say a small business, but no, it's a big business. I'm saying this with all the faith in me that I because I know that it's a big business, right? So I started this business with, I think, yeah, 9,600 naira. The other day I was checking my record. It's either 7,600 naira or 9,600 naira. That was how I started my business. But then when the idea for that jewelry business came, I was expecting that it's going to be, Omar, for God to give me this idea, it's going to give me he has to give me a very huge amount to start this business. But then I started it with that little amount of money. And then there are some businesses that you can even drop ship, you can do drop shipping, right? So you even start those businesses without any couple, like you start it without any couple. It's for you to, have data, have contacts of suppliers, and all that. And then when somebody wants something, you you just order it. But of course the person will pay, and then you order, and then the supplier will just send directly to the person and all that. Let me not go into so much details to bore you. But then I'm saying that there's no sometimes really there's no excuse for us not to start or not to execute the idea that God has given you. Please start it, no matter how little it is. He that gave you the idea will definitely make a way for the money, right? So you should trust in Him to do that. And let me even go back again to the YouTube thing. Some of you that I know have an idea to even start a YouTube channel, but then you are looking at what you have, what you do not have, the equipment and all that. Right now it's my phone I'm using to film this, right? It's my phone I'm using to record this, and this is not an iPhone or Samsung phone as you usually see other people using. This is a techno phone. Yeah, so make do with what you have. In fact, yesterday I was just going through YouTube, and then I saw the video of this lady that was using, I want to believe it's her phone, and the visuals were not even so clear. Mine is like far clearer than, way clearer than hers. But then she's doing what she's doing, and then she has thousands of subscribers, and she has as in a large number of views. So that is not an excuse for you, right? So whatever little thing you have, just start with it now, and God will make a way for you to get better things. It's not even, sometimes it's not really about the visuals, and all that. Do you have an idea to start writing a book? And now is the time. Start writing that book. Start doing something. Start noting things, And I know there are so many ideas that God has given us. God has given us so much, so much, so many ideas, but at times we refuse to execute it. I There are times that I'm so filled with ideas. Like idea flows. There was a time I was telling my husband, "Hey, I don't understand though. This week, see ideas, they're just flowing." And then I would just write it down, and that was it. Some were for that time. Like I was supposed to execute it at that time, but I didn't. So like few days, was it just yesterday? Yeah, I was telling my husband that I don't understand though. It's like this idea thing has ceased. It has stopped flowing. It's like the heavens have been closed. No more ideas again. But I realized that I have quite a number of things that I was supposed to do, or the ideas that God gave me, I did not execute. So how do I expect more to come? If I remember, there are times that are like that. I It ceases. Yeah, those ideas. There's a point that it ceases. But then after I carry out what I'm supposed to do, I carry out the remaining. When I'm just maybe at the last one, that's when I get more inflow. Like it just flows. It just flows. And there are times that, have you ever like had an idea to do something, and it took you a while, a long time? In fact, you did not even do it. And then the next thing, you just see somebody doing that same thing that you're supposed to do. Didn't you like think about it? Do you think it's only God? It's only you that you think you're so special, over special, like that? If you don't carry out that thing, God does not have other instruments for. God uses other people too, right? So whatever He has asked you to do, whatever idea He has put in your head, now is the time for you to do it. Tomorrow is not the time for you to do it. Please try and carry out those ideas. You can do everything. You can do it all through Christ who strengthens you. Philippians 4:13. So that's the word I have for you today. I hope I will hear testimonies of people doing what they are supposed to do at the right time, of you executing those ideas when you are supposed to. So thank you so much for watching this. See you in the next video. Bye.